crew. Okay, this lesson's going to challenge your brain a little bit, okay? And you might need somebody's help with this one. Maybe mom or dad, maybe an older brother or sister, or you might be able to figure this out on your own. One thing I will tell you that's going to be helpful for you on this one is you're probably going to want to have a sheet of paper like this, something that's shaped like a rectangle, okay? Now, you might, for the back side, need some square paper as well, but a rectangle is the one that usually people have trouble with, plus a circle, but we'll look at the circle together, okay? Especially on one of them on the circle. So, here's my rectangle piece of paper square. And what on the top of page 375, which is the page I'm on right now, this is lesson 2, it says you're going to make two halves and show different ways to make half of each rectangle. So they show you that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles, correct? Now, here's my rectangle. Now, there's a couple of ways that I can fold this to make a rectangle, correct? First of all, I can fold it in half this way. We call this one, I think, the hamburger fold. So you can do that. And so if I were to look at that, I would see it folds like this. And then just color in the half that's folded. Now, obviously, with a rectangle like this, I can also do the hot dog fold, right? Where you fold it the lengthways. So we can cut it this way, and wow, this is a really poorly drawn rectangle. So we're going to color in this side so we don't realize the mess that Mr. Duncan made.
All cleaned up and no one knows the better.
Okay, now here's where things get a little bit weird. Because if I take this rectangle and I try to fold it corner to corner, that doesn't necessarily work, does it? It's kind of funky. So actually, if you wanted to fold this rectangle to find two equal shares, you would actually have to fold at this corner all the way out to this corner. And it's kind of look funky like this, but when we unfold it, we will find that we actually have two equal shares. And this fold actually goes from this corner all the way down to this corner. And then shade on one side. And the same thing would be true if we did this one. And you can color, and again, either side, it doesn't matter. You can color either one of the halves. But there you go. Okay? So there's the 4 ways that you can cut a rectangle in half. Now, the next part shows cutting a rectangle into thirds. There's only 2 of them there. That's because this won't work when you cut a rectangle into thirds. The only way you can do it is you've got to do it one of these 2 ways. So on number 2, shows you these rectangles. Really, the only way you can do it is you have to be able to fold it in this direction. So you might have to fold it like this and like this. And in the paper folding business, we like to call this the trifold. It's a thing. Look it up. It's called the trifold. And you can trifold either way. Well, you can try to fold however you want to, but this is a trifold, which means 3 fold. So it goes like this and like this. Or if you're going this direction, it goes like this and like that. And then just color one of them in. I'm going to color the end on this one. And I'm going to color the middle on this one just to be cool and different. Okay? So that's really it if you're going to fold it into thirds. This, not really going to work out so much. So you can do that. Now, when you get down to the bottom, it says show different shapes of a fourth of the same rectangle. And they have, count them up. Can you count them? Yeah, they have 8 down there. That's a lot of things to color in. Now, the first thing you need to realize is, obviously you can do this, because you can just go and make an X. You can do this by continuing to cut this into more pieces, okay? So that gives you 3. But for the next few, you're going to have to do some different types of things, okay? One that you can do is you can try, I don't know, when I was a kid, this is how we used to start making paper airplane. paper airplane, where you would go and fold it in half, one way or the other, and then you can fold it down. That's not gonna work with this kind of paper. Need a bigger sheet of paper. That's not gonna work. But you can do something like this for number 3. You can go straight down like this, and then go like this, and go like this. And then if you color in one of those, that would be 1/4. Okay? So there's a lot of them that you can do. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You could also do a variation. Wow, that is a skinny rectangle. You can also do a variation on the rectangle where it's like this, and you go like this, and then you can cut it in half this way, and cut it in half this way, and then color in one of those pieces, because it's just like doing this, but cutting it in half, and that's 1/4. So a lot of different ways that you can cut that. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could actually come up with 12 if you want to challenge, but just get 8, okay? And I'm giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already that you can do for fourths, okay? Then on the back side, it's saying they want you to do 2 equal shares of a square, and then 3 equal shares of a square, and then they want you to do 4 equal shares of a square, and then it says circles. So let's get into circles. So go to the back side, which is page 376, and on page 376, I want to take a look at circles, because circles, when you're looking at them, they don't seem too bad. There's number 7, there's number 8, and there's number 9. Now, number 9 and number 7, it says cut it in half, and number 9 says cut it in fourths. I'm going to let you do that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy on that one. So I'm going to let you do those on your own. You got it. But number 8, this is the one I want to take a look at, because this one gives second graders fits sometimes, and I know I've done this on a drop sheet before, and it took us a little while to figure it out, but we eventually got it, okay? When you're doing 1/3, you can't cut it in half all the way to the bottom, because then if I go anywhere over here or anywhere over here, this other side is going to be a lot bigger. It doesn't work. So remember, we're going to, when we do 1/3, we're going to find kind of, with our eye, the center of the circle, and draw a line straight out from there. And then you remember what you did next? Yeah. You got to make that line out kind of at an angle like this from there, and the other line out at an angle from there like that. And now you have 3 nearly equal pieces. Okay, we'd have to do a lot more measuring to make it work exactly to 1/3, but that's 1/3 of a circle. Okay? Got it? Okay, so half, fourth, and the squares, those are a lot easier. This is the one that sometimes gives us fits. All right, so that's it for lesson 2, dividing some pieces into fourths, halves, thirds. Okay? All right. Catch you later.